I'm sure some of you have one special teacher that you'll never forget. I have one in particular. This teacher was when I was at my Texas deaf school, and she was my fourth grade teacher. And although I was 9, I was almost as tall as her. But to make herself a little bit taller, she had long hair, and she would make sure that it all was bundled up at the top to give her some height. Her desk would be at the front of the classroom, and it was made of special wood. However, her desk was clean so she could sit on it and have her feet dangle. The blackboard would be behind her, and she would just stand right up on the desk. However, sometimes it was hard to see since she was standing on the desk, but she would accommodate for us. She also had a little step stool to help her write on the top of the blackboard. However, you could not touch her step stool. So if we wanted to write on the marker, we would just stand on the regular floor. So every morning, she would start class by writing all of the sentences on the board. Everyone would come in and sit down, and she would start teaching us English. So she would go over all of the sentences and start to explain things slowly. She would ask if we understood her, but no one really got it. Then she would give us the proper meaning in ASL. And it was so cool because I could understand her since I used ASL. My parents were deaf. So that was a cool connection. So once she was done explaining the English part, she would erase the whiteboard. However, you could only use a rag, a soft, wet rag. All of the students would take turns cleaning it off. If you used the eraser, all of the dust from the chalk would give the teacher a headache. So sometimes if she had a headache, we would all take turns trying to give her a head massage. She would thank each one of us for trying to help her relieve her headache, and we'd move on. However, if she still had a headache, there was one boy in class who was really good at giving head massages. He'd put his fingers on her temples and try to massage her headache away. So one time we were all outside the classroom and we were playing and we were being really loud and just having a good time. But then our teacher had a headache again. So she knew that we were all playing, but we were shocked. We had no idea. We thought she was deaf. So we learned our lesson pretty quickly after that. But we always learn from her. She did a very good job teaching us and explaining things if we didn't understand. Oh, I love that teacher. I'll never forget her.